Hey guys, we got our first look here at Captain Marvel. It is pretty awesome. We got our first look at Brie Larson in the Captain Marvel suit with the Captain Marvel red and blue colors, and I think this is pretty interesting. It comes from Entertainment Weekly, like all exclusives comes from like this, and I think it looks pretty cool. I like the way the things look here. We had a bunch of photos, so here we're going to be looking at this, and we have some other photos here. Her on set in costume, and then we got some other photos. We had some young photos of Nick Fury. I think that looks pretty cool. Looks really young there. I think there's a pretty interesting idea there. I like the way things look. That looks pretty cool there. I'm surprised that from what I've seen, there's no photo of Coulson, although I haven't seen all the photos. I've gone through these, are just the ones that I found here. I've been looking at them all day and stuff, so I think it's really cool here. And I'm disappointed there's no photos of of young Clark Gregg and stuff, but I think they guess want to keep that somewhat on the down low that he's in there, although we know that he's for sure there, like it's out there that he's going to be in the movie, so we'll have to wait and see where things go there. And here we have our first look at the Skrulls in the MCU, and I think that's really cool the way they've done them. I think it looks kind of interesting there. I kind of would like to see another, like this looks like a set photo with like no special effects obviously on it, no kind of shading and stuff, so we don't know, are they going to touch this up at all? Are they all going to look like this? I think it's going to be interesting to see where things go with that. I would have liked to have given them a little bit more classic look, maybe a darker green skin for their skin tone for the Skrulls, because I know they're Skrulls and stuff, but they don't just scream out Skrulls right there. Someone who's a casual Marvel fan, extremely casual fan, maybe watch a few of the cartoons and stuff, and who would recognize the Skrulls and stuff, but don't know that they're going to be in here. I feel like this doesn't scream like the Skrulls type thing. I feel like there needs to be a little bit darker hairs and stuff, but the idea, the way things look here, I think they could be quite interested to see where things go with that, and how things kind of continue on with this shot. So I feel like this is going to be cool to see where things go with this, the look for the Skrulls, but I just feel like it's a bit early on in here. I feel like there's something missing from the shot, just like special effect, or is it going to just be, like, they always add some sort of filters and stuff to these movies when you watch the visual breakdowns of movies and stuff. This is just a shot that someone with the DSLR on camera took, type thing. This is not really, from the camera, like pre-edited. This is not a full-on edited, scene and shot. They're probably going to change the background a little bit and make it look a little more crisp, or they might put other stuff, or maybe I could imagine there's probably going to be a Skrull ship, somewhere here, or are they coming out of the water or something like that. It seems like there's something missing in the background, so I feel like there's a bit more. Maybe there could be some more CGI left here. I just would have liked to have seen a little bit more of a polished look, just like the cover we got for this Entertainment Weekly with Brie Larson as Captain Marvel. It's very much a photoshopped image. So if we go here, we give it a look at Ronan the Accuser, and we have our first look here at Captain Marvel. Or Marvel himself. I think that looks pretty cool with the kind of green kind of idea, skin tones and stuff. I like the way things are going there. It's quite interesting though that they didn't. Now this is kind of, he's not green or anything like that. He does look humanoid. When we go here, we see a bunch of different characters. Although this guy's hasn't changed, so he kind of looks very humanoid there. But it just seems to me like Captain Marvel and her. We know Carol Danvers is obviously, she's going to be a human and stuff who becomes Kree, gets Kree powers, whereas Captain Marvel is already a Kree type thing. So I think that's really going to be cool to see where things go with that and how things going to change on there. Everyone else here is kind of blue like a Kree, and yet he's not. So that's going to be cool to see. It's a bit more of his origin, from this guy from Guardians of the Galaxy. So I think that'd be quite cool to see a bit more as to, is he Kree or is he someone else who's joined the Kree type thing? I think that could be quite interesting to see that. Maybe there's some information out there about this character that I forget and stuff, but would be cool to check that out. So this image looks pretty cool, like the way things could look. This looks just like the set photos, the set pictures and stuff, and I'll be putting them on here. So let's get back to the main photo and stuff. So this is the first photo, and obviously this one looks a lot more CGI heavy than the next one and stuff. So I think this one looks pretty cool, and then, like I said, I would have liked to have seen a photo like this for the Skrulls, maybe a finished photo, maybe even Captain Marvel too, or Captain Marvel, and I think that would be really cool to see, more photos like that, just a full-on, CGI'd photo with, you have her powers and stuff. This has clearly been photoshopped. It screams Photoshop to me, this photo. When I first look at it, I just went, whoa, it looks photoshopped and it looks pretty cool. I like the way things look on this. And I'm kind of interesting that, she obviously has her long hair and stuff, and no mask, even though there was that photo of Samuel Jackson, with the t-shirt, and he looked like she had the mask. So maybe she'll wear that at some point in the movie, but I could see her maybe when she goes to Earth, or maybe in Avengers 4, I could see her wearing it at that point, but just to keep her identity, so that when she's, if she keeps her job as a, working for as an Air Force pilot for SHIELD or for SWORD or whatever they decide to do for the movie, she's going to need a mask, so that when she's, when she leaves, type thing, when she's not fighting as an in the fighter jets, for the Air Force, and she starts to fight as Captain Marvel, she's going to need one to separate the two, so that Captain Marvel can do stuff, and then Carol Danvers, the Air Force pilot, can do stuff. So I think that's really going to be cool to see if they decide to bring that in. It looks like from these photos, probably not, and I could see maybe they could bring that into Avengers Infinity War, Avengers 4, since we do know she will be involved with that. Although we didn't have any confirmation that it could always be cut out and stuff, but she was involved in Avengers 4. She was seen not on set, but actually I think the only photo was her arriving at the airport at the same time as Captain America, Chris Evans. So I think it's really going to be cool to see where things go with this, and I like the way things look here. I like the look of the it looks just like the green one that we saw on set and stuff. It looks really cool here, and I like this look. I like the look of her powers and stuff. Definitely can't wait to see what she looks like when she kind of flies around and stuff. I think it's really going to look cool. And again, I would have liked to have seen a version of the Skrulls like this, maybe a full-on CGI, Photoshop to the 9 polished photo to this. Although this looks polished, but I still kind of prefer the actual set photo that they put in this magazine. So I think this looks pretty cool. Just would like to see, like I said, I would like to have seen a bit more polished version of the or a full photoshopped version of the Korean the Skrulls, but we'll have to wait and see where things go from there. So here we go. We're gonna break down this photo. We're gonna use this one because I really like this one. It just looks a lot better. This version. This one just looks great. The colors are popping and all that, but it just looks highly photoshopped, and it looks like her face was just plopped on there. It was just kind of photoshopped onto her body and stuff. Whereas this just looks a lot more natural and looks cool. You can see what it looks like, how it kind of fits her a little bit more. It does fit her great, but you can still see some of the creases in the costume and stuff. Whereas here you can't see any creases and stuff, and there's nothing whatsoever. It looks kind of perfect, kind of too perfect, there. But I think I like the way this looks here. I definitely can't wait to see how this is gonna turn out a little bit more on camera. How is they going to change things, how are things going to look and stuff, and how is it going to act. There's even stuff that they probably don't even have in the cover here, where they're going to have here, where they might have her flying around. Maybe she might be kind of like, is she going to have a trail as she flies around, or how is she going to fly around, or is it just going to be straight up her flying with nothing behind her, or is she going to be actually kind of having like that cosmic trail behind her type of thing? I think that would be quite cool. Maybe some Kirby crackle behind her type of thing would be quite cool to see that. So I really like this costume. It looks really cool. It looks just like the same costume. Maybe a little bit different and stuff here and there, but it kind of looks like the same costume. It kind of looks like the same costume, but kind of not exactly just kind of a paint job on it, but a little bit different, subtle changes here and there. And I kind of like the way things are going to go from here. So I think it looks kind of pretty cool to see where things are going to go. I really like the look of here, the battle damage. So this looks like she'll probably have this costume on for the final battle or something, but it definitely looks like there's some sort of damage to this, so that'd be cool to see if this is actually a costume that she takes off and she put it in a suitcase as an actual costume, or is it created by her powers. We'll have to wait and see. I feel like if it was created by her powers, there wouldn't be any of these scuff marks and stuff like that, so I think that'd be quite cool to see where things are going to go with that, and how things kind of continue on from here. So it'd be quite interesting to see where things kind of continue from here. So I really like this photo. Definitely can't wait to see where things go with this and how things are going to continue on for this. So let me know what you think, guys, about these photos in the comments below. Do these get you excited for the movie? This gets me super excited for the movie. I definitely can't wait to see where things are going to go with this. Does Marvel himself, does he make it out of the movie? Does he die? Where things are going to go with that. I think that'd be quite interesting to see as to where things are going to go. But I feel like at this point, since this is all the first we've seen of this costume, I feel like there's going to be some point where since all we saw is the green costume of the set photos, maybe they just were able to block them from watches from getting this costume getting leaked or anything. But I feel like there's a reason why in Avengers Infinity War, I think I talked about this in my other last video, when there was there was a cover that had some concept art for the costume and stuff, but there has to be a reason why at the end of Infinity War, when Nick Fury sends the message on the pager, it has red and blue colors. Nick Fury has to kind of associate those colors to Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel. So that'd be cool to see as to how that kind of relationship gets built up. Maybe next time we can get a photo of Coulson and stuff to see how he looks there. I think it'd be quite cool to see that. It'd be quite cool to compare that photo of how the photo of Coulson looks between, only a few years before Iron Man and stuff. So I think that'd be quite cool to see that. And I'd be quite interested to see where things continue on with this character. So let me know what you think, guys, about this photo in the comments below. Which photo do you like the most? Do you like the cover better, or do you like the actual set photos? I kind of like the set photo a little bit better, but I like the bit of both. I like the vibrancy of the cover. I think that's probably what we're going to be getting. They're obviously not going to leave it a bit flat and like this for the movie. They're probably going to brighten it up and make it a little bit brighter, but I feel like it's not going to be this bright for a cover. This cover is just going to be a little bit brighter because it has to sell magazines. When this is on the magazine rack, by the end of the aisle, by the at Walmart or wherever, it needs to catch people's eyes, so it needs to be bright and colorful, whereas I feel like it's going to be like this in the movie, but just not a little bit more, and there'll be there'll be some other stuff in there to go with it, especially for the scenes when it's just kind of standing there. So I think it's going to be quite cool to get a mixture of the two. Is what we'll be getting from the movie. So I really like this. Definitely can't wait to see where things go with this. Can't wait to see it in action. Maybe we could get a trailer kind of soon. We'll have to wait and see where things go with this. I can imagine we get a trailer. I would hope. And I imagine we'll probably get a trailer by the end of the year. If not, by the end of the year, I would bet money that we'd probably get a trailer for this. So we'll have to wait and see where things go with that. There's rumors, I think maybe with the Venom movie, but I don't know why they'd want to promote their own movie. I think it would probably put it out so that it's out with maybe another Disney movie rather than a Sony movie that's a competing movie type thing, technically, so I think it's going to be cool to see where things go with this. But also just looking at this again, you kind of find it interesting here that underneath all the red is gold. So underneath the red, there's some scuffs of gold. Is that, what's under the color that's underneath the red, or is that whatever she's fighting has some gold on it? I think that could be quite interesting to see as to where things go with that, and to see where this the transformation between this costume, from the green costume to this costume, is going to be quite interesting to see. So let me know what you think, guys, about these costumes in the comment below. What do you think about these photos? Which photo is your favorite? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
I'm Captain America, here to talk to you about one of the most valuable traits a soldier or student can have.
Subscribing.
Sometimes this is the key to victory. Sometimes it leads to very little, and it seems like it's not worth it. And you wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing. How many more of these?
You're still here.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Peace.
It's over.